Peak Wealth Management proudly presents Finding True Wealth with certified financial planner Nick Hopwood and accredited investment fiduciary Jim Pilat. Nick and Jim believe by making simple, good financial decisions, you can retire with confidence. And now, let's turn it over to your hosts, Nick and Jim.
Welcome everyone to the wait, hold on. What is it, the podcast called? The Trust the Plan podcast. Sorry. This is like 5 in a row with the same shirt. So
we should have switched shirts for this one.
Yeah. I have my throwback on here.
That is good.
This is from 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one.
That's right. Thank you. So today we're going to talk about a recent article in the Wall Street Journal. By the way, I think the Wall Street Journal is a very good trusted news source.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like they can help me trust my decisions.
Okay.
In fact, that's their tagline.
Yeah.
I love it. Right. I read it every day, and it's the best. I trust the news from the Wall Street Journal. So today, in the Wall Street Journal, there's an article, and the headline just really jumped out at me because it reminded me of a podcast we did a couple years ago. That was your idea. In fact, the most regretted college majors, or in fact, lowest paying majors, because either they're unhappy with their career or their income or their student loans. And we talked about what? Treating college as
It's a business decision.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as a business decision. So if we have a low income coming out, knowing that it's going to be a low income, we really can't have hundreds of thousands of student debt.
Yeah, because it doesn't mean you can't go into that field if that's the field that you want to be in and that you're passionate about. If it's a low-paying field, that's okay, right? But you really do need to think about the path you take to get into that field. And like you said, jumping into hundreds of thousands in college debt is not a good start.
And we tend to look at it through the lens of debt, but there's other factors as well. But according to the journal, 2 out of 5 regret their major, and the biggest areas were arts and humanities. Okay, so a full half of people regret their arts and humanities major, whereas only 24% of engineers regret that major.
Okay.
So I'm not an engineer mindset at all. I do like math, but not coding. Right? I can't learn to code. I tried.
But you gave it an effort, right?
I did. I signed up for computer science for non-engineers, and it killed me.
Yeah, I actually tried. I thought I'd be a computer science major, and that lasted. It didn't even last the whole semester. I mean, I got through the semester, but I knew 2 weeks in that this wasn't for me.
I took CS 181, which is like how to expert Word and Excel and stuff like that, and build your own website, which actually was pretty cool. Yeah, and then I was like, I kind of like this, so let's go CS 183, and I was like,
Bad move, huh?
disaster. Yeah. So I had to look. I was never in this position before, but I had to look up the drop deadline. When can you drop this class without it actually hurting you? Right? Like it never happened.
Right.
Like a do-over, right?
Yeah.
So it was like 2 or 3 weeks in. So I was able to drop it and then pivot to Psychology 111.
Okay.
I was a senior, okay? Psychology 111, learning to learn.
Oh, good timing.
It was a real joke because, I couldn't believe how dumb the class was, and all the athletes were in the class.
Oh,
right?
Nice.
So I knew it was going to be cake.
Yeah.
So anyway, here's an interesting trend as well. Over the last 20 years, history, English, religion, these majors, down by a full 50%. Okay. And computer science, over the same time period, up 100%. So there is this shift from, at University of Michigan, like the LS&A type things. By the way, econ is in LS&A, literature, science, and arts.
Interesting.
It's kind of misleading because literature, science, arts.
Yeah, my daughter's taking econ in high school, and they consider it like a history credit.
nuts. It's science. It's a man-made science.
It is.
Okay, so people are going from these majors into like engineering type stuff, right? And I really think that's great because, like in China, they're kicking out more engineers each year than we have in total in the whole United States of engineers.
Right.
And that's a big deal,
Yeah.
So in terms of income, okay, this is what they print for major, for income over your career, right? Number 1, chemical engineering, like whatever that is, right?
Yeah.
Number 2, aerospace engineering, propulsion,
Okay.
right?
We need more planes.
Then chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even take chemistry in high school. I hated it. I had biology, physics,
Yeah. Earth science.
And then 4th, ready for this? Econ.
Okay.
There
you go.
Strange that econ was my second choice. So, what was your major?
It was a business major.
Okay.
Marketing and management.
Marketing. Okay.
So I knew I wanted to go into some sort of business, in some one way or another.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So, having fun with this topic, why would you go into, what's one of the humanities, like sociology, like one of these things? Why would you? Let's say you're going to Harvard, right? And it's like $80,000 a year, and you know that coming out as a sociology major, you're gonna make like $50,000 max.
Right.
Right. So.
And you probably need a master's or something too.
Yeah, you need the master's in the area to. I'm not trying to be hard on people that choose this major, but we just have to approach it like a business decision, because if you're taking out loans, you have like $300,000 in loans, and you're gonna make 50, like, forget about it. We can't help you.
It's a huge uphill battle.
Yeah, it is. So I just thought it was interesting that they have data on this stuff now, right? So it's not just anecdotal; it's big numbers, analytics,
right?
And I think that'd be a good major too, statistics.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. So anyway, the $10,000 forgiveness is not going to make any difference,
right?
Even if you're allowed to do the interest-free thing,
But that would be a great way to approach it, right? If you know you want to go into one of these majors, maybe you consider knocking out a bunch of classes at community college.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't go to Harvard, you go to Harvard of the Midwest, Central Michigan, or something like that, right?
No, Michigan is the Harvard of the West.
Right, but you find another school that's more reasonably priced.
Yeah, how much is Central?
Like 25.
25. So you do 2 years of Schoolcraft. You work your way through, so there's like
Still no debt, yeah.
no debt, and then you go to Central, maybe
Get some merit scholarships.
yeah, maybe you did really well at Schoolcraft because you're serious about school,
Right.
and you come out with sub 50 loans.
Yeah.
That's reasonable.
Yeah. So I will say that my mindset on when we did this, I feel like it was maybe 2 years ago or so that we talked about this last time. And my kids, my daughter was a freshman.
That was during the pandemic. We were closed.
Yeah, probably. We were 6 feet apart for sure. But
Yeah.
my daughter was a freshman. College seemed like it was forever away. Now that she's there, now that she's getting closer, right, as a junior, I'm starting to think, okay, I get it, people. Like, I see value in education is why you go to college, but you also, it's an opportunity to grow up. It's an opportunity to be on your own and to start, integrating into society.
Learn about life.
Learn about life, learn about being independent, all those things, right? I get that, so I do see that it's not only a business decision, but at the same time, there's a lot of schools out there, right? And you can still have those same experiences at a right fit school. It doesn't have to be, like we talked about last time, we did this last time, right? It's not everybody doesn't get the dream school with the 4-year, vacation or whatnot, right? These same lessons can be learned at a variety of different places that fit into the budget and fit the major you're taking and help you to come out in good shape.
It's interesting that you bring up your children, right? Like, you think we've been reflecting on our own experience so much. But now, right, the next generation is coming up, and you think about what was important to you with your choice, and how do we pay for it, and what do we think we could earn coming out. Well, our children, right, they can follow right in your footsteps, or they can be complete opposites, right? Like Sam Bernstein, they're all lawyers, right?
Yeah.
Like one of my kids, I feel like is gonna go opposite, right, of what I did. Another kid is like following right in my footsteps. So it's hard. It's like you want to see them. I don't know. I'm just kind of talking out loud here, but it's kind of interesting to see which path they might fall on, same or different. But I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah, but just to help them, whatever their path is, right? Help guide them to a situation that's good for them.
Yes.
And if it's maybe one of your kids wants to be an art major, right? Well, let's not pick the $100,000 a year art school to do that, right? Let's figure out how to do that reasonably. Just still make it a business decision to go along with the life lessons.
Absolutely. And if you enjoyed me butchering my last thought, you should subscribe and smash the bell or whatever. But we do think that you should watch that on YouTube, because you get to see us wearing the same shirt every single time.
Every day. Yeah.
It's our uniform.
It's like a uniform, yeah.
So what should you do if you want to talk to us about college as a business decision one-on-one?
I would go straight to peakwm.com. You can learn about us on there. You can find our meeting link, set a meeting with us, book a phone call, book a Zoom meeting, whatever it is that works for you. We'd be happy to chat and see how we can help.
Excellent. Thank you.
You've been listening to Certified Financial Planner Nick Hopwood and accredited investment fiduciary Jim Pilat on the Finding True Wealth podcast, sponsored by Peak Wealth Management. You can learn more about Peak Wealth Management by visiting peakwm.com or follow on Twitter at nhopwood1.